right, what's up, guys? This is Zachary Comeau with CEPro in the back of a van with Daryl Friedman, a global CEO of CEDIA, on day three of CEDIA Expo. Um, Daryl, how you been? How's the show been like? What have your conversations been like?
It's been a great week. I'm so happy to just be sitting in a car right now because I've been on my feet, and we are
This is
just,
this is cozy
nice
too.
road trip
Yeah.
with you, with Zach. It's great. No, it's I should be exhausted, but I'm exhilarated because of what
Mm,
I've seen this week and the people I've talked to, and it's just been such a great CEDIA Expo.
absolutely. So obviously it's a CEDIA Expo. There's a lot of cool things out there. A lot of toys, a lot of gadgets, a lot of screens, a lot of bump and sound systems. What are some of the coolest things you've seen?
Oh my God! I try to not to mention brands because
Right.
they're all my
Sure.
members, but
Yeah.
I've definitely seen some things come to be more affordable. Some rollouts of some new technologies that are mid market, which is always great, and aging in place, which is new market. As CD Expo's been focused on luxury for a while, and so it's nice to see kind of that coming down. Seeing AI is now really incorporated into everything. A year ago, we were all talking about AI, but it was how do I use this to make proposals or contracts? But now it really is getting integrated in the technology, and that's been awesome to see.
For educational sessions and some of the programming that we had here this week in Denver, what's resonated with you and your members the most?
Well, for me, what I love to see is these full classrooms. It's
Yeah.
been so great to see the buzz around the classrooms. This year, we had an integrator, Amanda Wildman,
Mhm.
who's also a board member of CEDIA, curate this program, this conference, and so it really was the viewpoint of the integrator making what's relevant to everyone today. So it was awesome to see from business classes, project management to how to be profitable, technical classes, rack building, and even sort of that future-looking thing about what the technologies that are coming down the pipeline. It's just been a lot of fun to see those classrooms full, packed, even standing room.
Right, right. You guys have been talking a lot about, rightly so, workforce development issues in the industry, and you guys have been, doing a lot around that. What's some of the feedback you've heard, at the show?
Well, the feedback from our members at the show is the same I've been hearing since I started, which is there's this labor shortage. The difference today is that we're addressing it. We have a program, we have a CEDIA Foundation, which is a charitable arm, and that's designed to just make training free for anyone who wants to enter our industry. We had a program called 100 Techs in 100 Days where we launched, and we basically got over our goal, 150
Mhm.
applications to come into this industry and
That's
get
great.
free training. And of course, our CEDIA Next Gen program reaches out to young people. We have a video that blows their minds. I mean, it's such a great industry to be in, and it's free training, no 4-year college, no college debt. You have make good money, get hired tomorrow. So I feel good about what we're doing that's addressing that major challenge.
Yeah, the intersection of design and tech seems to be like a major theme of the show this year. Now, evidenced by that closer relationship with the NKBA. But I think it's clear that more needs to happen. So where does that go from here?
Yeah, I'm glad you noticed that. It definitely was a theme of almost everything that happened and every day at
Yeah.
CEDIA Expo. So we had a town hall with Bill Darcy, my counterpart at the KBIZ show, and talking about how designers, and we unveiled some research that will help us really move forward with designers because it showed us the opportunities, it showed us the challenges, and I think when our members get that data, they'll see that there's really a way to do this and get more ingrained with the designers. Of course, our keynote was Chip Wade, very involved in the architectural and building
And that's great.
industry, and we had classrooms that were specifically designed for designers. So I think you're going to see more and more of that for CEDIA to really bring those two trades together. My goal, my vision for CEDIA is that when you think about a house and you think about all the trades, you think, okay, architecture, designer, integrator, plumber, HV, like we should be on that equal level to every other trade.
Quite a few newcomers this year. And some of them in very competitive markets. Is that competition good, and how does that lead to more innovation?
Yeah, well, it's a sign of a maturing market. So I think newcomers in and even some consolidation you're seeing, all of those things are just natural economic forces that you would expect in a maturing environment. What we hope is that, our industry was built by renegades, right? They were built by these audacious guys who just had these visions. And so we want to make sure that those visionary men and women who started this industry, that we don't lose that with consolidation and new entrants. But I think what we're seeing is just a sign of that this is an industry people want to get into.
Excellent. Yeah, just based on what you saw on the show floor and conversations you've had with folks, what can we expect to see at CEDIA Expo next year?
Well, interestingly, we've been talking about robotics a lot. Everyone's talking
Mm,
about AI now, And AI wants to get out. It wants to be free. It wants to have arms and legs.
It's a little scary.
Yeah, I know. And as we're seeing today, we're talking about AI mostly and robotics a little bit, but I think by next year we'll be talking about robots in the home. They're already coming. These robots, these humanoid robots, were $250 million. They're coming down. They're 30,000 now. You can expect that to be in luxury homes, serving you martinis, folding your laundry, the way we watched the Jetsons as kids. So I think that's going to be a big theme next year.
I did hear that from quite a few integrators that I met. Yeah, it's does that like it's like kind of Black Mirror ish and X-Files just a little bit too. Is like
Yeah.
a little bit freak you out a little bit?
A little
You know?
bit. One of the things that we were talking about in the classrooms, because there were a couple classes on robotics, and they were talking about, there are dangers, but then the integrator can solve those problems. So the integrator with a secure network, with even a kill switch, what you need, so that the homeowner really will have control over everything, and this becomes another appliance. So it really isn't going to be a scary thing if you have a professional smart home integrator doing the network and the security around it.
Yeah, another thing I wanted to talk about in the September issue of CEPro on the cover was our second Women to Watch issue, honoring 40 women in the industry. The smart stage session on that was very well attended, and this, anecdotally, that's something I've noticed. Like quite a few more women here this year and over the last few years. Is that something you've noticed? And does that speak to the work that CEDIA and the industry as a whole has been doing on diversity?
Well, so it was interesting for me. I've only been in the industry about 3.5 years, but when the women at the Women in Consumer Tech Luncheon were speaking, they were talking about how when they started in the industry, they may have been the only woman in the room, and today we see so many, and it's just so great to see diversity, not just male and female, diversity, but we're seeing more ethnic groups and minorities and young people, and it's just, this is an industry that's going to be embracing everybody. And when we do our outreach to young people, if you look at our video, it's a very diverse cast of people. We want to be welcoming to everybody, and this channel should be, and it's becoming that now, which is very gratifying.
Excellent. All right, thanks, Daryl.
Thank you.